Good morning, guys. Happy Sunday. Working on this again. I got my baby with me. This is my helper. Watch out.
I don't want to do it.
We got watching NFL Red Zone. We got Fantasy League going. I went out to the store, got a ball joint separator. Really big ball joint separator. And today's mission is get at least both sides done. If I can start digging into the rears, that'd be great. And I want to drop off my control arms to the machine shop, get those bushings pressed in. And I want to have this thing rolling around, ready to take to the lineman shop by Saturday. So that's in like 6 days. So let's hop into it. Alright, so I got my brand new ball joint separator tool. I haven't used a tool like this before. It's always been like that pickle fork that you can rent from O'Reilly. But I got this set up. You can see this well. I got this set up. I got the little, I guess, fork under the ball joint. I got this top piece over the top part of the ball joint. Got this all set up. So let's see if we can get it off. I'm gonna put this headlamp on real quick. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Woo! Where have you been all my life? Harbor Freight for the win. Look at that. It's not on there no more. Alright, I think today's gonna go a lot easier than last time. Let's keep going. Moving right along. Now we're going for the upper control arm ball joint. Got this holy grail tool here that I wish I had, 10 years ago. Let's tighten this up and see what happens. I should have bought it like a tripod. Oh no, here we go. It's also kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. Like, where do you get hit in the face? Let's see, come on. Oh, this one's on there. Oh! Alright. That doesn't get old. And just like that, she's out. I was kind of worried that I'd have to take this inner splash shield off, but I was able to shimmy that bolt through this tiny hole right here, and that gave me enough clearance to get this bolt out. So this guy's out. You can see how messed up this upper ball joint is. And Toyota Heritage Parts, can we please, make these again? And so I don't have to spend like $800 on adjustable control arms. Thank you. All right, so now I'm down to my last ball joint on this side, the lower control arm ball joint. I'm probably not gonna record it because I don't have a tripod, and I have this little step stool here to rest my rotor, hub, all this stuff on. I don't want to rip out my brake line. Or risk ripping out my brake line. So I'm just gonna hit this, and hopefully next shot you'll see all this off. Alright guys, so if you're doing this, I do suggest that before you take your upper control arm off, you should remove your lower ball joint first. I think it'll be easier, just because if I disconnect my control arm now, I'll have this whole part to deal with dropping down, as opposed to having your rotor and everything already off and out of the way. So if that were to happen, that'd be much easier. Then you'll have to deal with the control arm coming down. So I disconnected my sway bar and link. Now my plan of attack is take the strut off, and then I'm gonna take the lower ball joint off of the control arm first before I take the entire control arm assembly off. So I got this soaked with some PB Blaster. Let's see if we can break this loose. Also, the Niners just scored a touchdown, so I had to stop and play big stepping real quick for my neighbors to hear. And here we go, let's break this loose. Oh yeah. Let's give it one more. Is it? I gotta see if that back nut is spinning. The pipe. Oh yeah. All right, I think that'll do it. I got my passenger side shock strut assembly out. I am very happy because it looks like my coil spring isolator is in pretty good shape. I'm just gonna hit this with some like Mother's rubber restorer. I'm gonna reuse this coil spring isolator. I've been debating if I was gonna run a Mark IV Supra isolator that I've seen some on other people's builds use, but I'm gonna go ahead and reuse this one. So far we're off to a good start. We're only 30 minutes in and we have made a lot of progress. But there she is. So now this guy's hanging out here. The control arm's still on there. At this point, I'm just gonna go for it and take off the control arm bushing bolts. So let's do it. Guys, little scuffle, but it's out. This guy. Oh, this lower control arm honestly doesn't even look that bad. Ooh. Decisions. Do I keep my originals and have them press the originals in, or do I reuse these new lower control arms? I think I'm gonna end up reusing these lower control arms because I know for a fact they're not bent, and I'm gonna have them push the bushings into this one, and to keep things OEM, just so I could say, oh yeah, it's the original lower control arms on there. Well, let's do that. Everything out of here, this is pretty much ready for action, ready for reassembly when this comes off. I gotta take this lower splash shield off to get my inner outer tie rods. Just looking at the clamps holding on these boots, I'm mad at some engineers here. Looks like, you know, they picked the hardest possible clamp to use. Got the wheel off of this side. Everything's soaking in PB Blaster now, so I'm just about to start digging into it and taking this apart. So I have my splash shield down now. Just kind of addressing the, or at least observing my power steering rack. I'm not sure. Oh, I think my headlamp's dying. I'm not sure if my power steering rack is leaking. And there's a whole bunch of oil up under here. It's pretty dirty. I don't know if you can see it that well, but it's pretty dirty. I'm not experiencing any oil loss issues now, so this could all be old gunk that needs to be sprayed off. I'm probably gonna, wash all this up while I have it up here. I gotta do some reading to see if I have to take the shock damper or the steering damper off to get to the inner tie rods. I'm looking at it, it looks like I might have to, and yeah, that's where we're at here. Definitely gotta swap out this inner tie rod. I believe that is leaking, that's blown. So I want that nice tight steering. That's gross. Okay. But I got everything soaked, like I said, PV Blaster on this side. This is about to get taken apart right now. Okay, I got my sidekick here. Emery, we're gonna break this bolt, okay? Can you say upper control arm bolt?
I'm going to draw the bolt.
Okay, so here we go. We're gonna put this here.
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna help me, okay? Here, grab this. All right, we're gonna push down as hard as you can, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Come on, push, push. Yeah. Great job, Mama. High five. Yes, found it. That's what I'm talking about.
Wait,
What, your hand dirty now?
no.
Okay, we don't have gloves for you yet, but we'll get there. Good job, baby.
Yeah, your gloves are dirty.
Update. Casual Sunday love, watching football with my daughter in the garage. I've got everything out from the driver's side. Very happy with this. After the passenger side, the driver's side only took me like 20 minutes to take apart. Looks pretty good in here. Nothing really alerting. Looking under at my tie rod. Okay. That looks like it could be leaking power steering fluid. So I'm gonna foresee. I don't know if I want to rebuild a steering rack. Like, that's a nightmare. So I'm gonna explore my options here, but I'm gonna carry on with changing the inner and outer tie rods here. You can see that tie rod end link is done. This looks like it'll be easy to take off. I still got to read up and see if I have to take this steering stabilizer off to get to the passenger side inner tie rod. There they are, fruits of the labor. Got my passenger side lower that I'm gonna reuse. Game time decision. I'm using the OE ones that came with my car, and I'm gonna just get these pressed in. So I got an extra set of lower control arms. If anyone needs them, hit me up. Also, I wanted to point out for anyone who's doing this, the upper control arms, I didn't want to mix them up, so I got everything tagged. It's just a good habit to do. Never mind, I thought I had a good tip. Never mind, I thought that the driver's side has a dimple here, but it looks like the passenger side also has a dimple here. I'm not sure if they're interchangeable, but I labeled them anyway, so they can go back on the right side. And let's take these to the shop.